Okay, thanks for staying with us. Time now for Media Watch, for which we're joined by James Creedon. Hiya, James.
Evening, Georgia.
Okay, so we're going to be starting off with Dominique Strauss-Kahn. He's been having his say and has been expressing feelings of being a bit picked on.
That's right. He feels a little bit victimised by the media. You could say he might have dug that hole a little bit himself, but there you go. Let's look at the front page of the news weekly Le Point. DSK speaks, DSK parle. Now, just a synopsis of what he says. Number one, leave me alone, right? He's talking to the media. He says he's sick of people thinking they have the right to invade his privacy on the basis of some imagined moralising transparency.
But wait, he's on the front of Le Point saying, leave me alone.
Right.
Oh, okay.
You're not the only one who pointed that out. Some people were saying just when we thought we'd forgotten about DSK, he tells the world to leave him alone. So, maybe there's a bit of a contradiction there. He also explains his unorthodox private life. He said, I thought I could live my personal life as I wanted. There are many parties in Paris for consenting adults. And for a long time, I thought that I could, participate in this. You'd be surprised at who you'd meet at these parties, he said. Artists, sporting stars, CEOs. But he said, my big mistake was to think that a politician could engage in the behaviour that these profiles could engage in. He spoke about his regrets too. Georgia said that he regrets causing disappointment to the French people, those who didn't suspect him of leading such a private life, and also those who were disappointed that behaviour prevented him from carrying out his job. He spoke about the future. He'd like to get involved in big international projects, but for now, he's blocked by his current situation. For example, the civil suit outstanding against him in the US. So there you go. Dominique Strauss-Kahn speaking out. A couple of links. Some people disturbed by that centerfold photo. Do we want to zoom on that? It looks like he's on the therapist's chair, I think. And there you go. Leave me alone. So that he also spoke to Le Figaro. He's on a bit of a media blitz at the moment, critical of François Hollande, saying François Hollande, who is proud to be borrowing at a historically low rates in France. And Dominique Strauss-Kahn said that's not a good sign. It's a consequence of the crisis. And actually, this is getting a bit technical, but he said that France and Germany should pool their international borrowing interest rates with Italy and Spain to, I suppose, soften the burden on those two countries. And it's the only way, it's the price of Eurozone survival, he said. So criticism for François Hollande. He's talking about policy again, so that's probably good for his image, getting back to economics and away from the other stuff. So there you go.
Okay, now moving on to another very important debate that's sprung up concerning Titanic and could Rose have saved Jack?
That's right. Now, let's take a look at this scene. We all remember this, even those who pretend they don't like Titanic all saw it, I'm sure. That is one of the final scenes where she did not indeed save him and pull him up on that floating chair in the North Atlantic because, well, she was pretty cold, etc. Now, a couple of months back on the website Reddit, that question started to be asked. Could she have saved him? There was enough space in that door. Wasn't she being a bit selfish? And people actually tested it, you see. They took the dimensions of it and said, hold on a minute, there's all sorts of possibilities there. Really, wasn't she just being quite selfish? Right? So that was the idea. You can see some of the debate there on Reddit. Now the Discovery Channel has got on board with the Mythbusters show. Let's have a look at these pictures, because what they've done, in fact, is in rather sunnier climes, I think it's fair to say. And this guy is no Jack Dawson or Leonardo DiCaprio, but he's doing his best in his sun hat and his beard, and manages to get up on top of that door alongside the companion. So there you go. The whole idea is, if the right conditions had been, that she was, Now, guess who else has responded to this? James Cameron himself, the director of the movie. And he said, the script says Jack dies, so Jack dies.
Who knows? There might have been off-camera moments when Jack did manage to spend a couple of moments on that door, but slipped off.
There you
Okay,
go.
now, Brain magazine's picked up on a video of a nun behaving badly. What's that about?
All right, well, I think I'll be quiet and we'll just have a look at the pictures. Well, actually, there's no sound to the pictures, so I'll comment over them. This is a mystery video that was found on YouTube. You see here, she comes up, opens a fridge, takes out a beer, right? And then, what does she do? Oh, that's not very honest. That's not very Christian. And then, maybe to try to save the scene, goes to pick out a bottle of water from this particular fridge. And this one, she doesn't seem to be thieving. So maybe she only thieves the alcoholic beverages. So there you go. And I got a lot of comment online. The origins of that video are unclear. Maybe it's some sort of early Halloween prank, but I think it looks like a legitimate nun, right?
Oh, I feel sorry for her. Maybe it's just a case of she doesn't want to have to explain herself once in a while for a quick tipple. Anyway, brilliant. Thanks very much for that Media
Thanks,
Watch
Georgia.
roundup, James Creedon. Okay, stay with us. We've got more news and headlines coming up after this short break.